Good evening and welcome to the February 24th, 2026 meeting of Pequannock Township Council. Ms. Marsh?
In accordance with the requirements of New Jersey's Open Public Meetings Act, notice of this meeting was included in the annual meeting notice, which was filed in the office of the Township Clerk, posted on the bulletin board in the municipal building, published as a legal notice in the Suburban Trends and Daily Record newspapers, and distributed to all persons requesting notice in accordance with Township policy.
Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance, followed by a prayer and a moment of thanks for individuals serving our nation. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Most gracious Providence, we ask that you bless this governing body with an abundance of wisdom and understanding, so that every deliberation will result in actions which promote the common good and general welfare for all the people of Pequannock Township. Amen.
Amen. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Mr. Dreese? Here. Mrs. Florence Lynch? Here. Mr. Cole?
Here.
Mr. Syracusa?
Here.
Mayor Russell?
Here. There are no presentations scheduled for this evening. At this time, are there any reports or comments from any of the volunteers serving our community? The next item on the agenda is public comments. This comment period will be limited to a total of 30 minutes. Additional time is reserved later in the meeting. We welcome comments, suggestions, and questions. However, the purpose of this time is to allow public comment, not to engage in a dialogue. If you have a specific question, please feel free to pose it and then follow up with staff via telephone or email. Comments are limited to 3 minutes. If anyone wishes to address the council, please wait to be recognized to come to the microphone and provide your name for the record. Megan?
Thank you. Megan Dempsey, Pompton Plains. On February 20th, Roxbury Township officials announced that U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement has finalized the purchase of a local warehouse from Dolphin Industrial to use as an immigrant warehouse jail, proving false the statements from the federal government around that time denying that this was happening. Township leaders expressed strong opposition and were not contacted regarding the agreement. The warehouse is in a residential location with limited water and sewer infrastructure, which is normal for a warehouse, but also indicative of what little concern the federal government has for the health, safety, and well-being of the people it is rounding up and shutting away in detention camps. Such a facility will also strain local emergency services, and Roxbury estimates the facility could cost the community $1.8 million annually in lost tax revenue. Around the state, the raids, detentions, and violent threats by ICE to the safety of our neighbors have raised community concern, sparked protests, and drawn responses from state and local leaders. In Pequannock, we have raised the concerns. We have protested and will continue to do so, but we've heard no response from our local leaders. That's you. In Roxbury, the Republican-controlled town council has passed resolutions opposing an immigration camp in their town, amplifying public criticism of the plan. Several other Morris County towns have passed similar resolutions or resolutions in support of Roxbury's. I am asking this council to take 2 actions and demonstrate to the people of Pequannock that you refuse to allow warehouse jails in this town or to willfully ignore their existence in other towns. First, pass a resolution on which you vote to unequivocally oppose the conversion of existing industrial warehouses for the creation of a U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement processing facility or any other facility that disregards the township's land use and regulatory ordinances and creates unanticipated burdens upon the township's infrastructure, resources, and services. And that language is directly from Roxbury's. While I would also like to see such a resolution denounce the inhumane and illegal detention of human beings perpetrated by ICE in such facilities, I have not seen evidence that this council will unanimously show any such moral compass. I would love to be proven wrong on that statement or hear even one of you break ranks on it. Second, if we do not already list detention and incarceration facilities as non-permitted uses across all zones in our township, please amend Pequannock zoning rules to prohibit detention and incarceration facilities. This council has already experienced the public backlash of sitting on your hands while township property is purchased for a use that is inconsistent with the character of this town. If for no other reason, don't let that happen again. Pass a resolution opposing immigration jails in this town and supporting others who do the same, and make sure through our zoning laws that it can never happen. And I will follow up with an email with this. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else? Anyone else for public comment?
Give me my name, that's all right. William Sleemaker,
Can you spell your last name?
SLOOTMAKER.
Thank you.
I just wanted to say I appreciate the work that the DPW did with the past storm, and I just thought they did a great job, and especially the leadership, Dave Seigling and all them. The roads were really clean. Other towns didn't have the same thing, so I wanted to voice my thanks for that. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Anyone else?
Good evening. Good evening. My name is Anthony Rocco. I live at 9 Area Drive, Pequannock. I'm attending this council meeting because I'm requesting if I can be reimbursed for a mailbox that was hit by a snowplow on January 26th, I believe during a snowstorm. I was not aware it had to be reported within 15 days. I spoke to Adam Brewer on February 18th about this matter after leaving him a message on February 16th. My wife had initially spoken to him on the 12th of February. It was knocked down. I didn't realize it was actually broken because it was frozen. So as it thawed out, I went to put it back and it was actually snapped off. If I can possibly get reimbursed, I appreciate it. I know it's a 15-day window to request it, but like I said, with the unprecedented weather and the coldness, I didn't realize it was broken. I appreciate taking this matter up with the council, and thanks for your time.
Thank you. Anybody else for public comment? Adam, would you like to respond to him?
Yeah, and just to advise the council, I did speak with the gentleman and his wife. The ordinance specifically limits my authority to a report in writing to my office within 15 days of the event. So what I explained was if there was a request due to not being able to identify that the damage had actually taken place within that time period, the governing body would be the only group that could grant such a request as it was outside of the ordinance. So I thank you for taking the time this evening and coming out and presenting exactly what we discussed on the telephone.
I have no problem.
I don't have any
giving
problem.
him the.
No problem.
I think it's $100, right?
Yes.
I don't either.
Okay.
Respectfully, could I just have that in the form of a motion with a...
Okay, I'd make a
I'll
motion.
make those second.
Go ahead.
I'll make a motion to reimburse for damages to a mailbox
I'll second.
within the 15 days after it was identified, correct?
Then I'll second.
Do we roll call or all in favor?
I can do a roll call, that's easy.
Roll call, please.
Mr. Dreesy?
Yes.
Mrs. Florence Lynch?
Yes.
Mr. Cole?
Yes.
Mr. Siracusa?
Yes.
Mayor Russell?
Yes.
If you could just leave me your email address or email me, there's a release that you just have to execute. That'll initiate the process. Other than that, I have no additional comments, so then I'll relay the compliment to Mr. Seidling and the staff of Public Works, who I agree did a fantastic job, and you can tell when you come into town and when you leave town.
Yeah, totally different. There being no additional public comments, we'd like to continue with our agenda. The next item on our agenda is the manager's report. Mr. Brewer?
Thank you, ma'am. 1, 2, 3, 5 quick items in my written report. Some of them are scheduled actions for the council's consideration later. 2 items that are not. One, the fire department leadership approached me regarding a public swearing in of the officers at a council meeting. I know we do this at the annual installation dinner, but some of the membership described that opportunity for their family members that couldn't necessarily attend that dinner. It would be nice to see it happen. So unless there's any concerns or objections, I will schedule that for presentations on March 10th.
Is this both houses?
Yeah, both companies.
Can we make that March 24th so I can attend that, being I'm the fire liaison? I'll be away.
Their request was for March 10th. I'd be happy to get back to them with March 24th, unless for some reason that doesn't work for them.
Okay, all right. Because I'm in Florida that week.
Okay.
Oh, I'm not supposed to feel bad for you.
The next item at the last council meeting, there was some discussion regarding the Open Space Trust Fund and the approved uses. There was previously a recommendation made by the Open Space Committee that we should explore an expansion of what those uses are. Mr. Osteich, as requested, prepared a document which is attached to my memo detailing the process to have a referendum placed on the ballot in November. There needs to be a question presented to the county clerk's office no later than August 7th. In order to generate that question, the governing body needs to introduce and adopt an ordinance after the appropriate notice and public hearing. So if this is something the council would like to consider, I would suggest from a timing perspective that no later than May 26th meeting would we target to introduce the ordinance. That way it would leave us a little wiggle room if there's any irregularities. And then with respect to exactly what the question would be, Mr. Cole just noted his absence at March 10th. Perhaps the council would see fit to allow that to be scheduled for discussion on March 24th, and we can go through some examples. Mr. Osteich and I will prepare some options for discussion, and once we get direction, we can have the ordinance prepared and meet that deadline.
Okay, I'm in favor of that.
Yeah.
I'm in favor. And if you need to, do March 10th. I don't want to delay this any on my part, so I'm in favor of it.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, everyone. With respect to this evening's agenda, there's an ordinance scheduled for public hearing and potential adoption. This is the annual cap bank ordinance. I love talking about this every year. I've been doing this for my entire administrative career. This does not authorize additional spending. It authorizes the establishment and maintenance of a cap bank on the appropriations cap, not the levy cap. So it is a financial mechanism that the state of New Jersey allows that should the township run into issues, it will preserve that cap bank. Any spending, any appropriations are a component of the municipal budget, and that is the only place that can authorize money to be spent. This bank does not spend money, it just creates insurance. Next up, we have two CDBG applications on the agenda for the council's consideration. One is the township's own for the improvement of the bathrooms in the senior house to meet current ADA requirements. As the building is older, it is technically grandfathered, but it would be nice to improve them, especially with someone else's money. And the Newbridge approached the township with a request for a resolution of support for one of the facilities that's located in the township. They're making an application for a CDBG grant for a new roof. Unless there are any questions, those are all the items in my report.
Any questions from council? Melissa?
Nope. But
You're good.
great.
Thank you.
Next on the agenda is public hearing on ordinance number 2026-01. Ms. Marsh.
Ordinance 2020-601 is an ordinance to establish and preserve a cap bank in accordance with NJSA 40A44514.
Are there any comments from council? Is there a motion to open the public hearing?
I'll make that motion.
Second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
If anyone in the audience has questions or comments on this ordinance, please come to the microphone and identify yourself for the record. Is there a motion to close the public hearing?
So moved.
Second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Is there a motion to adopt this ordinance?
I'll make the motion.
Yeah.
Second?
I'll second.
Roll call, please.
Mr. Dreesy?
Yes.
Mrs. Florence Lynch?
Yes.
Mr. Cole?
Yes.
Mr. Siracusa?
Yes.
Mayor Russell?
Yes. There are no ordinances scheduled for introduction tonight. The next agenda item is resolutions. Ms. Marsh.
Beginning with Resolution R 2026-77, authorizing an application to the Morris County Community Development Block Grant Program. 2026-78, authorizing an interlocal agreement between the Township of Pequannock and the Board of Health of the Borough of Riverdale for public health services. 79, providing support for a grant application by Newbridge Services Incorporated to the Morris County Community Development Block Grant Program. 2026-80, confirming the designated memberships in the Pequannock Township Fire Department. 2026-81, authorizing tax office refunds, overpayments, or cancellations. 2026-82, authorizing utility office refunds, overpayments, or cancellations. R 2026-83, approving payment of the itemized claims as set forth on the February 20th, 2026 bill list and FEMA elevation escrow list. And 2026-84, reducing sewer assessment and refunding what has been paid to date for East Garden LLC.
Are there any comments on these resolutions from council?
No.
I'm good.
Is there a motion to adopt these resolutions?
I'll make the motion to adopt resolutions 2026-77 through 2026-83.
84.
May I have a
I'm
second?
sorry, was it 84?
It was, yeah, we updated, we added one.
Oh, that's right.
sorry.
Oh, that's right, on this one, there was an update. So through 8-4, yes, for East Gordon.
Thank you.
Second. Roll call, please.
I'm sorry, who seconded it?
Vinnie.
Roll call. Mr. Dreese?
Yes.
Mrs. Florence Lynch?
Yes.
Mr. Cole?
Yes.
Mr. Siracusa?
Yes.
Mayor Russell?
Yes. There are no items listed for discussion, and there are no reports or notices. The next item on our agenda is council reports and announcements. Councilman Dreese.
Thank you, Mayor. Not much, just thank Mr. Brewer and Julie and everybody that worked on the budget and everybody in town. It's a big undertaking. It was very clear and concise, and we got through it quickly, so that's good. Congrats to Zachary on company number 2. We keep getting more people for our volunteer fire department, so I love that. As Mr. Slopemaker said before, DPW did an awesome job with the snow. By like 2 o'clock, the turnpike was black. And you drive over across the bridge and you drive on snow. So thank you to all of them for that, and then just thank you to all our first responders, fire department, EMS, police, just with dealing with all of this snow and stuff and moving around. So thank you to them. They definitely do a great job. So that's it, Mayor.
Thank you. Councilwoman Florence Lynch.
I don't have much either, just tomorrow is Economic Development Committee meets here at 7. Congratulations also to Zachary Van Dersen, if I'm saying his name right, for membership in Pequannock Company 2. And also, I also wanted to, thank the DPW for all their hard work with this last snowstorm. And, the only other thing I had, Mayor, is I just saw an email about a ribbon cutting on March 14th that you're not able to make.
Correct, I will be away then.
But you have no problem with them moving forward? They were
No, she asked me if she could ask you. I said yes, go ahead.
All right, so for those that are available, Saturday, March 14th, 11 a.m., there'll be a ribbon cutting at a new business called Pennington Mortgage. I believe they're in the Century 21 building on Route 23. So, whatever that address is. And that's it. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilman Cole?
I don't have anything. Just want to, thank the DPW for doing a great job, and thank you to all our fire and first aid squad volunteers for all they do during the terrible weather. So thanks to all of our first aid and fire department first responders. That's all I have. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you. Councilman Siracusa.
Yes, so my committees didn't meet since our last meeting, but I want to echo the sentiments of my fellow council people. But the DPW, first responders, just getting it done. They always just get it done. DPW guys, I don't know if half of them asleep because the trucks are always out on the road, especially when but when the DPW guys are working, I saw there was a couple complaints about the snow in front of the driveway, right? So we just have to be a little tolerant because they're out there plowing, making sure that the roads are clear for everyone. So just be careful when you're out there shoveling and taking care of your driveways, especially, excuse me, you have to get it done, and then maybe you get frustrated. Don't get frustrated. It's just a part of the snow, and the DPW out there just getting it done. All right. Just secondly, weather's been kind of not great. Just check on your friends and your family members. Make sure that their mental health is good. Make sure that everybody's doing okay. Not everybody's life is great all the time. So just do that buddy check. And make sure that everybody's doing okay. That's all I got. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Okay, I don't have much either. Environmental, we did have a meeting. Peter Schmidt came and he talked about the economic development on all the things he had planned. We had a very lively discussion on that. Tom Newman, he brought the alligators in. But you know what, people, when we were brainstorming, people had some really good ideas, so hopefully he's going to bring that back. Tom Newman will be here to do a presentation on everything they did, like I spoke about in budget. They do a lot. You don't realize how much. Karen's here. She knows how much they do. She's a big helper. They go out. They did all the weeds around the weeds. They did the plantings around the lake in Greenview so that the leaves don't go in there. So they really do a lot. We are going to be doing the river cleanup in April, so that should be fun. Library is still under construction. It will be open shortly. Yay, we're excited about that. It looks fantastic. Congratulations to Kelly and Oscar. I performed a wedding in the snow. It was very good. They were very understanding because I was 30 minutes late because my car didn't have any coolant in it. It was a whole big deal that nobody wants to hear. Other than that, same thing. DPW, fabulous job. I live on a dead-end street, and for those who they get upset, I think the best comment came from someone who said, I'm plowing and I go home and I have to dig out my own driveway where they plowed me into. It can't be helped. And I'm sorry, we all hate it. It happens to every single one of us, and it stinks, but we all have to do it. And keep an eye on your neighbors. I myself, my neighbors across the street, I noticed that they didn't come out of their house. They're really good about it. And so we're looking, and I said, I don't have their number because they moved in last year. And they're like, well, where are they? They aren't there. We were just about to go out and knock on their door because who knows, with the drifts, maybe the vent got clogged or something and something happened. But I got their number. But check on your neighbors. If somebody's elderly, help them out. We're a great town for that. Everybody likes everybody, and we all should help one another. And I'm grateful that we live in such a great town. That's it. Next on the agenda is public comment. As a reminder, we welcome comments, suggestions, and questions rather than dialogue. Comments are limited to 3 minutes. If anyone wishes to address the council, please wait to be recognized to come to the microphone and provide your name for the record. Okay.
Hi, good evening. Tina Ikeo, 2 Lockwood, Pumpkin Plains. So I echo a lot of your sentiments tonight on the hard work on behalf of the DPW. I also want to take a moment to recognize, I'm a little biased, but Company 1 and Company 2 fire departments. I know many people may not realize, but when we get a fire call, which there are many, many fire calls, of course, our volunteer firemen leave the house and go respond to the fire calls. But they also meet once, at least once, if not twice a week for what they call drill, which is, practice for things that could happen. When we have a weather situation like this, instead of a regular drill, these guys, after working all day and taking care of their kids, go out and shovel out all the fire hydrants in case of an emergency. So after doing our driveway, after working all day, they're out there doing their fire hydrants. So if you live near a fire hydrant, if you could just please try and help out. It is a great town for everyone, helping everyone. But I just want to again recognize our volunteers because they are truly incredible people, and congrats to the new fire department member. Thank you.
Thanks, Tina. Anyone else for public comment?
Good evening. My name is Mary Kay Schmerman. I just wanted to support Megan Dempsey's remarks 100%. And as she noted, there's a lot of silence after we make comments like this. I don't know whether you all feel uncomfortable making a comment or waiting till the public comment person has finished. Is there any inkling at all whether or not a possible resolution in support of what the council members of Roxbury have done and are doing? Is there any possibility that the Township Council of Pequannock Township would make a resolution as well, making it known that the Township of Pequannock and Pumpkin Plains do not appreciate what ICE is doing right now to Americans? So I'm just curious as to whether anybody on the council has any hope of maybe making a resolution for some of our concerns. So that's all I'd like to say. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Anyone else for public comment? Next on the agenda is minutes for approval. December 1st, 2025 special meeting, and December 16th, 2025 regular meeting. Are there any comments on these minutes? Is there a motion to approve these minutes?
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes from the special meeting of December 1st, 2025, and the regular meeting December 16th.
Is there a
I'll
second?
second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
Next on the agenda is a closed session discussion. Is there a motion to approve a resolution authorizing the Township Council to meet in executive session to discuss contract negotiations, shared services agreements with boroughs of Lincoln Park, construction code and building subcode official, and fire subcode official, and matters of attorney-client privilege and a personnel issue?
So moved.
Yeah.
Second?
Me.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
That was all in favor, right, Dave?
Yeah.
At this time, the public portion of the meeting is recessed for closed session.